this week we're talking about conventions. I have some history with conventions. This photo album I bought in late March or early April 2007 because I wanted a place to keep all the memories of my anime conventions. And you can see my Detour 2007 badge and the people I hung out with. Just some really fun pictures. This one over here is actually of a friend of mine now. His name is Tom. We met this convention because we were both dressed as Duo. He was Duo from the series. I was Duo from Endless Waltz. Me and Carrie Savage. All the voice actors that went that year. Me and some of the voice actors. Kyle, Michael McConaughey, Melody Spivak, and Carrie Savage. There's when I met Kyle for the very first time. And when I met Greg for the very first time. This is just filled with all the conventions that I've been to. I actually haven't put very many pictures in it recently. I really need to go and print some out and put some in. Here's Ai-kon 2007, my second convention ever. Anime Evolution 2007, that's the one that I went to in Vancouver. I was Sango at that convention and I met up with the Ninuyasha. That was pretty cool. So my picture with Scott at Anime Evolution. And my picture with Brad at Anime Evolution. And my picture with Michael Coleman at Anime Evolution. And there's Lisa Ann Belay, who plays Relina and Sumeragi. Pretty cool. Jillian Michaels, who's Shippo. Marie Kendrick, who at that time was Revy in Black Lagoon. But she was also now, I know her really well, as, crap! Who is she? In Gundam 00! Dylan! Give me the name. Wong Lume! She's Wong Lume. And there's Sam Vincent, who played Tieria in Gundam 00. Of course, I knew him as Hair, and there's a letter he wrote to me as Hair. There's Anime Detour 2008. Anime Central, also known as ASEN. I hated this convention. But I got to meet Jeff Nimoy and Quentin Flynn and Power Rangers. That was pretty cool. Just remember that because I saw Power Ranger cosplays. Oh no! That's falling out! No! I'll have to fix that. But yeah, I got to meet Steve Cardenas, who played Rocky, Karen Ashley, who played Aisha, and Jason David Frank, who played Tommy in Power Rangers. I also got to meet the guy who played Zed. That was pretty cool. Here's Anime Detour 2009. Youmacon 2009, which is where I kind of stopped putting pictures in, but I'm going to start doing that again soon. I start them all with my badges. There's Detour 2010, blank pages. Youmacon 2010. And that's the last badge in here because I still haven't put my Detour 2011 badge in there with my Shake Hands fan, and then Kale's signature, the head of Anime Detour, who stepped down. So I had him sign this because his first year as con chair at Detour was my first year ever. And my first convention ever, so it was kind of a big deal that he stepped down because I only ever really knew him as the con chair. So anyway, so let's go ahead and put this in my con folder now. How many pictures should I give Youmacon 2010? I'll give it that. 4 pages. That's loud. There. As far as some funny stories are concerned, some of the very funniest stories that I can think of was on the way up to Ai-kon in 2007, Sarah and I got lost because we had a GPS. Usually GPSs shouldn't get you lost, but they did. That same GPS got me lost the first year going to Youmacon. That time though, I was lost in Indiana, so my dad couldn't talk me out of it. At least before I was stuck in Fargo, lost in Fargo. So my dad was able to talk me back onto the correct area. I was lost in Indiana. That was a problem. Just some really fun things have happened at anime conventions. I mean, some of the greatest experiences of my life have happened at conventions. I remember like sobbing as I was talking to Scott McNeil because like this is a man that I've been a fan of since I was like a little child, and here I was talking to him and he did his Beast Wars voices for me, and I just was like, oh my god, I've never been such a fangirl in my entire life than when I talked to Scott McNeil. And then, like, I was just gushing over him, and he just kept giving me hugs because he just kept being really touched by what I was saying, and it just made me feel good about it. And it was just some of the greatest things, you know. Becoming friends with Kyle and becoming friends with Greg have become some of the greatest things in the world. Becoming friends with Brad, Michael, just so much fun. I don't get to see those two nearly as much as I get to see Kyle and Greg, and it's just really good times. I really love going to anime conventions, and if you haven't been to a convention, you really need to go to one, because they are just the most fun. Just being with a bunch of people who are just like you. You know, if you're anything like me, you feel kind of like an outcast liking anime and manga in your everyday life, because everybody else kind of around you is like, that's weird and nerdy and geeky, and you kind of feel weird about it. But then you get to go to this place where people love you for it, and it just makes it so much better. So I really like conventions, and you need to go to one soon. So that's all I have to say this week, and Psychic Kid, we'll see you tomorrow.